Assalamu alaikum, honorable teacher. This is Ryan from Team 4.5 Men, with the rest of the team members being Tasina Zadushi, Rakin Hassan, Tamid Rifa, and Mohammad Abaruddin Ahmed. Today, we are going to talk about our restaurant business, which is Rush Hour. Now, Rush Hour is a restaurant that is committed to connect to the youth, has a fully digitized ecosystem which makes it future-proof, and is designed to even survive in the post-pandemic era. Now, before we go into the description of our venture, let's talk about some of the trends that are going on in the restaurant industry right now. The first of all is that the restaurant industry is booming. There are new restaurants opening in the town almost every month. Second of all, there is a copycat culture that's going on in the restaurant industry, where whenever a restaurant comes up with a new food item or a new sort of interior decoration, it is completely copied instantly by a different competitor operating in the market. Thirdly, there is a price war going on in the restaurant industry. That is, every competitor in the restaurant industry is trying to provide a competitive price, and they're trying to provide the lowest price to the customer. So this makes the restaurant industry very competitive. Now this has created a new social behavior in the restaurant industry's consumer market, which is on-demand service. And finally, due to digitization all over the country, customers now want readily available service provided to their doorstep. Now, we have done a gap analysis of the restaurant industry, and we have found out that due to technological advancement and changing consumer mindset, many restaurants have been unable to survive in the restaurant market. So, the restaurant model that follows the basic traditional dine-in model need to change. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the description of our venture. Introducing Rush Hour, the restaurant of the future. It has a digital and social interface. This is a restaurant that aligns with the lifestyle of the youth, on the go and tech savvy. Therefore, Rush Hour is a restaurant with a 360-degree digital interface. It will have a social restaurant model with commitment to superior quality and hygiene. Now, if we talk about the cuisine, Rush Hour is going to offer a variety of burgers along with sides such as nuggets, fries, and shakes. Rush Hour will make sure that the customers feel a part of the Rush Hour family. Now, where Rush Hour stands out from its competitors is its digital interface, which will help it to connect with the youth. What it's going to do is it's going to give the customers an opportunity to customize their burgers just the way they want it. They can customize the buns, the veggies in it, the sauce, and even the toppings. Now let's talk about the USP or the competitive advantage of Rush Hour. Rush Hour intends to go beyond the traditional restaurant model. It wants to be a digitized social restaurant of the future, which occupies the minds of customers not as a brand but as a community. We'll have two different ecosystems, the digital ecosystem and the social ecosystem. Now, the digital ecosystem comprises of an interactive restaurant management system, which will digitize the order placement to the notification to the digital payment processing, as well as the pickup, reservation, and the customer order management. With these processes digitized, Rush Hour will be able to align with the tech-savvy youth culture. And finally, the social ecosystem of Rush Hour, which will help to ensure to create a loyal customer base for Rush Hour. In this social ecosystem, there is going to be a social profile which the customers can maintain. There will be a reward system based on the customer's activities. The Rush Hour will be aligning and interacting with the customers through different stories and reviews. And finally, the customer analytics will help the management to understand the customers operating in the restaurant.
Now, on to the operational plans of Rush Hour. There are mainly three aspects upon which the operational plan depends. The first one is supply chain analysis, staff management, and customer service. Supply chain has mainly two sources of procurement. The first one is a dedicated vendor who will be filling up our regular inventory needs, and a local vendor who will be filling up our immediate unprecedented inventory needs. While the outbound logistics consists of the different types of customers we will be dealing with on a regular basis. There are mainly three types of customers we expect to deal with. The first one is the type of customer who will visit the outlets physically and dine in. The second one is the type of customer who requests for orders of home deliveries, and the third type of customer, which will reflect the ecosystem, the digital ecosystem of our restaurant, is the type of customer who orders food online and picks the food up from the outlets physically. Now on to staff management, which is probably arguably the most important part of our entire operational plan. A properly selected staff is probably the most valuable asset that a restaurant has, because they are the ones who hold the impression of the restaurant, and they are the ones who impart that impression onto the customers. The entire process of staff management can be broadly divided into three categories: staff hiring, staff training, and staff monitoring. We will mainly need three types of staff actively working in the restaurant. They are managerial staff, kitchen staff, and floor staff. We will hire for these vacancies mainly through word of mouth, newspaper ads, social media, referrals, job portals, restaurants, etc. Then we move on to staff training. Our selected staff will be trained on any formalities that they need to know before they embark upon customer services, before they embark upon meeting customer needs. They should know the restaurant's history and information should they need to share it with the customers. They should have an idea of the entire menu, an overview of the menu. The kitchen staff should be taught on how to interpret digitally placed orders, because that will be the baseline for our customer or for our restaurant. The staff should also be taught on handling holistic customer centric approaches, as well as to respond positively to customer feedback. Then finally comes staff monitoring, which will be based upon factors such as ability of the staff to cooperate with the digital ecosystem, the number of tables covered, the number of items that they sell, and finally attendance. And the last aspect of the operational plan is customer service, which will determine how our staff communicates and treats our customers. To ensure top of the line service, we will undertake some policies. We will ensure that good service consists of everyone in the staff, not only the faces that the customers see, not only the waiters, but the proper customer service should be expected of everyone and the entire staff, from the maintenance crew of the cooks to the kitchen. The second policy we will be undertaking is the customer is always right policy, which is the golden rule in business. It has always been the golden rule in business. Even if you think the customer is wrong, you never ever tell them that. Be understanding and empathetic of the perspective that the customer has on our restaurant, and that is the only way you can gain an audience with them. And finally, in reflection of the digital ecosystem that we will be creating with our restaurant, we will be posting regularly on social media. Social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter offer easy and free ways to reach customers on a large basis. We will post daily and nightly updates on our walls and share customer status updates from our Facebook page as well. Moving on to the organizational plan of the restaurant, it mainly consists of four upper level management positions. The first one is the owner, who obviously controls and manages all the responsibilities of the restaurant. The second one is the general manager of the restaurant, who handles daily operations and maintenance of the restaurant. The third one is the assistant general manager, who maintains overall communication among the staff and handles small operational tasks in a day-to-day activity. And finally, the kitchen manager, who is in charge of all the activities within the kitchen and also responsible for ordering and inventory management from the vendors.
Okay, now I'll be talking about the marketing strategy of restaurant. As we have known that the base motto of our whole campaign is to make the restaurant of the future, and our base target audience are the students, the youth, and the families. But if you look more specifically into the target customers and our profile, we can see that the age group between which customers we are going to serve are between the age 15 and 35, basically the people who are more acquainted to using technology and the internet. And the socio-economic class are the middle class and the upper class, since we are going to serve middle ground to everyone, and we are going to cater so that we can cater to most of the people in that economic range. And the location we are going to serve is basically in Ramna, Dhaka, which is well-known area for the hub of full of schools and colleges. And The pricing strategy is going to be around 300 taka in average as the consumers are spending, so we can serve a light meal and a snack for everyone. But of course, since the meals are customizable based on a number and the types of add-ons that are going to be served to the customers, they can choose whatever toppings they want. So the average cost is cut drastically. And the behavior of the people we are going to serve are going to take savvy. The people who are going to enjoy fast food such as burgers are tired of the same old restaurants that are being served in our in the local market, and prefers a quick and efficient service and wants affordable meal options. We have chalked down 4 innovative strategies that will give Rush Hour the upper hand to attract customers and gain competitive advantages in the current dominant fast food market. The first one will be customizable burgers. Now, what are the customizable burgers? The customizable burgers are going to be served according to the taste and preference. Starting from the buns to the patties to the sauces and what kind of ingredients do you want, all will be customizable according to your preferred taste. The cut will be significantly dropped if you want a simple plain burger, and if you want to get more extravagant and creative, you can have that option as well. Now, if we move on to our next acquisition strategy, our launch campaign, which is going to consist of high marketing through random pop-up booths and social media engagement. Steps we are going to follow is, first we are going to gather social media influencers. Now, what these social media influencers are going to do, they're going to give us brand awareness and social media recognition and cause some buzz so that our brand recognition is well aware towards the target audience. After which we are going to launch our pop-up stands. Our pop-up stands are going to pop up around well-known commercial areas like Ocean, Bonadi, Dhanmondi, and Uttara and such, and proceed to lesser known areas to generate word of mouth and generate public hype. Now we will showcase our kiosk machines in our pop-up booths. The kiosk will also showcase promotional offers and advertisements to the audience and make aware of Rush Hour's fast and reliable orders and services with vast area of customizable options. This will draw attention of larger audience and gain their interest. Now the second two acquisition strategies are going to be more food oriented towards two kinds of customers. The first one is going to be for the exciting and for the people who are going to try new things. That's when our burger of the month comes. Our burger of the month is divided into two kinds of specialties. The first specialty is going to be our chef specials, that is the preference and the customization of our chefs that we are going to introduce to our customers, and we are going to promote them so that they can have the best experience in Rush Hour. And the second option is going to be the customer special. The customer special is going to be the customization option that is being the most popular according to the customers from our booth. And the second option is going to be for the people who are seeking a budget-friendly option. That's when our budget-friendly ready-made bundle meals are going to come along. These budget-friendly meals are going to consist of chicken, a beef, or a vegetable single patty burger with a choice of sauce and toppings with a side of a small fries or fresh garden salad and a soft drinks of your preference. Now this whole package is going to be customizable on a limited reach, and the pricing will be around 199 taka, making it affordable and giving it a full value meal to the value seeking customers and to the students who are on a strict budget.
Now let's talk about the retention strategy. So the purpose of retention is to make sure that the customers feel connected. In this way, the customers will keep wanting to talk about the brand and the customers will keep coming back to the restaurant. Now the first retention strategy for Rush Hour is the Rush Hour app and kiosk. Since our goal is to digitalize the traditional restaurant systems, we want to provide customers with the convenience of ordering food from their very own smartphones. So, Rush Hour will have its very own mobile app through which you can order food for home delivery or pre-order meals before you come to the restaurant. In this way, you can have your meals ready to eat as soon as you walk in. The app will also have a special point system through which customers can redeem exclusive discounts and coupons. So for example, if the customer orders the budget-friendly ready meal, he will have 200 points added to his app. Once the customer reaches 5,000 points, he will be able to have a free milkshake. We will also have kiosks for ordering food. Kiosks are touch-enabled machines through which you can order food without having to go to the restaurant. We will have a number of kiosks in certain locations, and you can go to your nearest kiosk to customize your meal before you walk into the restaurant or to have it delivered to your home. And now the second retention strategy that we have is customer relationship management. Now we want to serve our target customers effectively. This is why we are going to collect information about purchase history, food preferences, and buying behavior of our app users. In this way, we can understand what kind of food they want and what they're looking for from a restaurant like us. Using this information, we will provide special targeted marketing campaigns for these customers so that they feel that their needs are being met. For example, if a large number of customers orders a certain burger, then we will sell the burger at a discount for a limited period of time. We may also provide a 5% discount to customers on their birthdays. Now, the third and final retention strategy that we have is social media engagement. Nowadays, social media sites such as Facebook and Instagram are great platforms for engaging with customers. This is why Rush Hour will be fully active on social media to communicate with its existing and potential customers. Rush Hour will reward points to account-bearing customers who share about their experience at Rush Hour on their personal social media profiles. Whether the customer posts a positive review or a negative review, the social media team at Rush Hour will always reply to them as soon as possible and resolve any issues that they may have. In this way, the social media team can gather useful feedback on how we can improve our services and also show the customers that we care. Moving on.
In this section, we will be talking about risk and financial analysis. The location of a restaurant is one of the most significant factors that contribute to its success, and this is why we have chosen Romna. But there are three main reasons why we have done so. First is the growth drivers. Romna has 18 major colleges and 3 major campuses. It has significant amount of important areas around it and also has major landmarks in the area. In terms of competition, we are an entirely new type of social restaurant, and therefore we have no direct competition. However, we have tried to list some of the indirect competition that we will be facing in Romna. Finally, by considering the total population and by narrowing it down in terms of the age group and the socioeconomic group, we have calculated synthetic market size. In the next section, we will have a look at the investment allocation. Now, we need 4.5 lakh taka per month, and we need 18 lakhs to buy the fixed assets. And along with the reserve, in total, we need 31.35 lakhs. In this section, we will be talking about financial statements. In section 1, we are projecting the number of customers that we want to acquire and retain over the first 12 months. Section 2 shows us the profit and loss statements, how the acquired and retained customers will be converted into revenue, gross profit, and earnings. In section 3, we can see a snapshot of the cash flows. In order to meet the profit targets, we must ensure 5 KPIs. First is the acquisition rate, second is the retention rate, third is a minimum 200 taka ABS, the fourth is the gross margin, the fifth is the EBIT margin. Dear investors, in order to give you a long-term perspective about the business, we have conducted an investment appraisal by using a discount rate of 15.75%. By doing so, we have figured out that the company will have a positive NPV, a high IRR, and a remarkable payback period of 2.8 years. It means by investing 31 lakhs, you will be able to make back your money in 2.8 years only. At the same time, within 5 years of business, this business is going to generate an NPV of 18.46 lakhs. Now this means in 5 years as an investor, not only are you going to make back your money in 2.85 years, you're going to make an additional 18.46 lakhs by investing in this venture. At Rush Hour, not only have we integrated our core services with technology, at the same time we have ensured that we introduced a sustainable strategy, and that is the social restaurant model. This is a model that the industry has never seen before. And with this, we are going to disrupt this traditional restaurant industry of Bangladesh. And therefore, we at 4.5 Madmen believe that the only safest risk that you can possibly take is not taking a risk at all. And therefore, take the risk. Thank you.